watching now. Hello, good
Hello,
morning or
everyone.
good evening. Is it good evening for you? It's you're at like 8 o'clock
Yeah,
at night.
good
Okay.
good evening in Japan. Yeah.
Good evening in Japan.
Yeah.
Good morning in the US. Uh
Yeah,
first
it's
with
very early for you, right?
yeah, it's very early. It's 5 a.m. here, 6 a.m. in New York time. And as you go to California, I think it's like 3 a.m. in California.
We're trying to catch all the shift workers coming home.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing right now. And what we're talking about, the first thing we're going to talk about today is coffee and not drinking coffee anymore. So,
Right. So what is your drink of choice now?
um, sparkling water with salt, with pink
With
salt.
salt in the sparkling water.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't
I did
tried
it.
that. I've always worried it's going to be like Mentos in Coke. It's just going to explode or something.
It doesn't, but apparently if you put your electrolytes in there, it will. Oh wow, we
Okay.
already got questions. Thank you. We
Oh,
will get around to those questions. No, I do, and sometimes I do lime, so I can get. And that, by the way, is like whoa, that's like a bolt of energy. The salt with the lime and the sparkling water. Okay,
mm.
I just gotta say, I've never quit lime since being eating a carnivore diet.
I'm shocked. You need to hand that card back in now. Oh my goodness.
They're gonna be shocked
The
later
the
when I have
carnivore
to tell the other
union's going to
thing.
be knocking on your door.
That's
So
hilarious.
how did you go about giving up coffee?
Okay, so we got to go back to my blood work. I spent a lot of money out of pocket to get very specific blood work done. So in January, this is how long it takes me to decide to finally do things. I was in Anthony Chafee's group for a month, and I was going over my thyroid, and he said I needed to test for Hashimoto's antibodies, and so I finally got around to it a couple weeks ago, and they're basically out of control. The Hashimoto's antibodies. So I want to say I didn't just magically get this. I've had this for like 7 years or 8 years, this condition. And I was at my probably physical worst and mental, maybe not mental worst. I always say teenage years were my mental worst. Puberty was my mental worst, but I was pretty low when I started carnivore. And then like within 3 days, I was like, oh my God, this is magic. And I think what I did was I just kind of calmed everything down with relationship to the Hashimoto's, like all the symptoms of Hashimoto's. And I'm going to do a big video about that because I think other people with Hashimoto's need to understand that eating this way can just dramatically reduce the symptoms. With that said, a couple weeks ago, I got my blood work, and these antibodies are still kind of out of control. And so that means it's constantly attacking my thyroid. Even if I don't feel like poop all the time, I still have these things attacking my thyroid and killing the thyroid cells. That's what they do. So I'm like, okay, what else am I going to get rid of? Apparently dairy. So I'm like 99% off dairy, 98% off dairy for the last 2 weeks, but 100% off coffee. I just gave it up cold turkey. From like probably I wouldn't be an exaggeration if I said a pot of black coffee a day to nothing. So you think that I was going to have crazy symptoms, and I
Right.
really didn't. And I feel bad for everybody. So I really think that there's like a point of mind over matter here.
Mm,
Like if you
mm.
have a strong enough purpose, you can change your mind and not go through stuff. And I'm not talking about me getting off crack cocaine. I can't say that for like people that are heavy drug addicts, but I have three like specific instances of my life of dramatically just cold turkeying something and having no withdrawal symptoms. Um,
Wow.
First was cigarettes. I saw I was pregnant and I quit smoking immediately after 17 years. And I can say I didn't have any withdrawal symptoms because I didn't. But I also was in my first trimester, so I was nauseated. I had headaches. I don't know if I was confusing the symptoms. I say I don't have any symptoms because being pregnant is its own symptom. That's very hard on the body. But I quit smoking. No symptoms. I went to carnivore. I really didn't have any like withdrawal symptoms of anything.
Mm.
I didn't even have the diarrhea. I had the undiarrhea. I guess I already had the
The-
diarrhea. And now coffee. I felt tired for a couple days. I had some cotton in the morning. It went away, and I had like my head was full of cotton. That was like for a couple
right.
days, and then I was done. And then like I want to say one more thing. Like within 30 hours, I think, of quitting caffeine, I was just like doing a crossword puzzle. No, yeah, crossword puzzle at my mother-in-law's house, and I was just like content to sit there and just be calm doing a
Really?
crossword puzzle. And usually my mind is like in 10,000 different places, it seems, or I'm worried about something, not anxiety, because the anxiety quieted down with carnivore. It was more like an agitation, or I constantly have to be
Right.
doing something productive, or
Mm,
I would feel bad, like
mm,
mentally bad. But I want to make sure people understand it's not like anxiety or depression. It was just like a constant pressure that I thought I was
mm.
putting on myself to produce more, to do more. And I could never be calm just like looking at the mountains in front of my house. And that's
Right.
so frustrating that I could not just be calm. And I thought it was because of my years in sales, because there's a lot of pressure in sales, like just something left over. And maybe it was
Right.
something left over. So 30 hours after that, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy just sitting here watching my husband play with my son with the Legos and me doing my crossword puzzle, that I don't feel that like constant agitation. So I thought, wow, this is the caffeine. That was never me. It was like the caffeine producing this effect in my mind. And so I'm happy to get rid of that.
Mhm.
And I'm happy that happened so fast afterwards, because now I'm just keep another reason not to go back to coffee.
And you didn't experience, like, what I did with the kind of, like, falling asleep midday or anything like that?
Narcolepsy?
Yeah,
No.
like, just sitting here typing on my computer, replying to an email, "Yeah, sure, I'll be there at" Yeah,
No.
nothing like that? Okay.
But I have experienced that before. I had kids with my extreme menstrual pain where I'd be at work and I would just go to sleep. The pain would be so painful that I would just shut down. But
Oh,
no,
okay.
I want to say, like, I don't think everyone needs to quit coffee, but for me, I see the positive. It hasn't affected my sleep at all. My sleep already got better. My sleep's like about the
Mm,
same, but I like the calm feeling. I like not being
mhm.
like, because then it's actually easier to get more done, I think, because you're not
Yeah.
dispersed in your mind, like worried or whatever the word is, you know?
I think when you when you're on a lot of coffee, your mind's kinda going in different directions at the same
Yeah.
time, so it's like you've got this mental tug of war going on, you know? It's like, "I should do oh, no, I'll just do this. Hang on, no, come on." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
we were
Oh,
talking backstage, and so your hot drink of choice now is, like, toothpaste,
it's
right?
yeah, it's toothpaste. This is like very bland mint tea. There's 3 bags in here. It's not very minty. I wish or any tea. This is I like tea. I like drinking twigs, as Anthony Davey calls it. I heard him say that once, but yeah, I don't know.
Mm,
It's not very
yeah,
good, but I'm drinking it because I
no.
still like the warm drink. I like a warm drink, so and I'm not gonna
The
start drinking whiskey.
For me, the one that I really like is just boiled water with lots of salt in it. That
Oh,
for me, that's awesome. Yeah,
I'll try that. I'll try that tomorrow. I'll try it today. What am
yeah.
I talking about? I'll just try it right after our live
Yeah,
stream.
you got the whole day ahead of you now.
I'm just hoping my laughing doesn't wake up my kids next door. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, can I just say one more random, really funny thing? Look, my teeth are
sure.
not like constantly yellow. They're almost pearly white. I didn't bleach them. I figured I was going to get them bleached after I got off coffee. And within like a week, the yellowing went away all by itself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're not like, or you can't tell. Now, the other thing that is crazy, when you interviewed me first time on your channel, I sent you a picture
Mm,
and you can see I have this white spot on my eye right here, like this big little white ball. I don't know if you noticed it. I noticed it, but I even noticed it even more on the thumbnail.
right,
And the entire time on carnivore-ish, whatever, I've been trying to like, when is that thing gonna go away? It's so ugly. And even at one point, my husband and I are like, we should just get an operation and get rid of it. It's totally just aesthetic. It's not like anything
right.
bad. It's just aesthetic. It didn't hurt. It just looked ugly. I think within like a week, the thing had almost gone away. It's almost 100% gone after being off
Right.
coffee.
Really?
Yeah, this like you can't even tell. I can't tell which side is actually supposed to be on. I think it's the side. Um, but it's like it was this
Wow.
white, ugly. It's called a milk spot. I just thought it was really ugly.
Mm.
So it's funny for me that it went away with coffee, like quitting coffee.
Maybe your body realized you didn't need milk anymore because you weren't drinking coffee, so
Yes,
the
it got
milk
rid of the milk
spot went
spot.
away.
I think that's the best benefit of purely aesthetic.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Maybe it was
Yeah,
like
but
the lack of dairy because it's a milk spot. I don't know.
the this is the great thing about eating this way and having this kind of different lifestyle after
Yeah.
you start eating this way is like you just have all these little discoveries and little triumphs along the way, you know?
Right. Right.
Mm,
Yeah. And then it's actually like very big for most people. Like they're little, but it just starts adding up to be something so beautiful and big. Um,
mm,
but I just want there's got to be something to say about mind over matter and like your ability to like change your mind and do something better for yourself is very important. So don't be scared of potential withdrawals of coffee, sugar. I know that they exist, but I think that if you have your mind set in the right place with the right reasons to do something, I think it just makes
mm.
it easier to not have to deal with those things. Or I'm just weird. Or it's just me and I'm just weird.
I think, like when you talked about smoking, I mean, you were giving up because you were pregnant, right?
Right. Yeah.
Um, I think when you've got something like that, that's obviously helpful. Like you've got a really good reason to do that,
Yeah.
but you can
Yeah.
kind of manufacture that reason for yourself as well.
Right.
Like if you kind of think, okay, well, I want to give up whatever it is, coffee, or I want to give up sugar because I want to feel better.
Right.
Sometimes that might not be enough to kind of get you over the cravings when they happen. But
Right.
if you kind of manufacture that feeling of I have to do this by just put posters up all over the room or post-it notes or something, just with reminders, so that
Right.
on the way to the kitchen you're always walking past those things, reminded, don't do it.
Don't do it.
You know.
Yeah. You got to realize that there's better benefits not doing it. And like I said, for me, the coffee was those Hashimoto antibodies. And I'm like, okay, this is the only
Mm.
thing I know that might help it. And some people who with Hashimoto's drink coffee. And I try not to think that because that was just a justification to get me to drink more coffee.
Right. Yeah. True. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to see, like, I'm doing this for 90 days. And I always say 90 days, even though then I just continue on. But at least it's like a time period. And then I'm gonna redo those specific blood tests and see if it affected it at all. I really hope it does.
Mm.
I hope it does so I don't have another excuse to drink coffee again. I think at that point I'll be totally over it, even though coffee smells so good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the smells always take you back to something, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can sit and enjoy and chat with friends or something like that. So that can be
Yeah,
a bit harder to
exactly.
get over, right?
Yeah, totally.
So,
Oh, I had a
oh,
video. Should we look at this funny video? Speaking of coffee,
okay,
let me see
let's
if I
do it.
can. Let's do it. It's only like a minute or two. And actually, Rebecca's here, and I got this video from Rebecca. Um,
Ah,
let me see. I saw it on her Facebook. Share screen. There we go. Facebook. Compartir. Okay, let's see. I gotta remember how to do this now. Oh my gosh, now I'm just getting my
This
notices
is a
on Facebook.
pumpkin swirl frozen coffee. Who the thought it was a good idea to put this on the menu? Because this drink has 185 grams of sugar in here. How much is it? It's this much. It's 46
oh,
spoons of sugar. To
It's
give you another
terrible.
perspective, the amount of sugar in there is equal to 14 glazed donuts.
Ew.
Plus, there's no pumpkin in here. It's artificial flavors. There's 12 mentions of sugar and high fructose corn syrup in here. There's 930 calories and 194 carbs. 2/3 of us are already type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic. If America runs on this, we're this is a pumpkin.
very good summary there.
Yeah, yeah,
That is insane.
totally.
Like, and the thing, right? Because Starbucks looks pretty, they
Yeah,
kind of get away with doing this, right? But if this
yeah,
was, I don't know, Arby's or McDonald's or one of the Carl's Jr. or one of these places that
yeah.
make a heart attack burger or something that's stacked like this, the news would be all over that, right?
Sure,
They'd be saying, "Oh,
sure,
look what they're making. Oh, they're killing people."
sure. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's crazy. I mean, that's Dunkin' Donuts, but oh my God, and people are so
Uh,
addicted to these things, they don't see that it's like weird, that it's like not normal. It's illogical to put that in your body because we're so addicted to it.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I've been off sugar for that long. I'm just thinking, what
Right.
would that amount of sugar over a period of maybe what you drink it in half an hour? What would
Yeah.
that amount of sugar do to your body? It's
I don't
just
know.
awful.
I don't know. Hey, actually, I have a question, Rebecca. How much sugar do they make you drink when you have to do the blood glucose test and when you're pregnant? She would know. She's a nurse, so or maybe she would know. I don't know. Maybe it's not her area. I'm gonna ask her, Rebecca. How much sugar? I wonder if that's
Hey,
more than
Rebecca.
that or less than that. Oh, so your blood glucose test, you get 75 grams of sugar, and they test it over hours. So what did you say? 156? That's like twice.
185.
185. Oh my god.
185.
Oh. So by the way, when I did that in Colombia, you have to do it on an empty stomach. It was different in the US. They said eat lunch and then come in and do the blood glucose test. I don't know if that was right or not right. But in Colombia, they make you do it on an empty stomach at 4 a.m. And if you vomit during the 4 hours, they make you wait there because they take your blood every hour. You have to leave and come back the next day.
Oh, what?
You can't throw
Oh,
up in the 4 hours when you just put
oh
75
no.
grams of sugar into your system.
Jeez, that's awful.
No, it's awful. So then this drink, people are probably eating it on an empty stomach or a stomach full of
Yeah.
donuts.
And the thing is, look what that's going to do to your blood
Right.
sugar.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then immediately after that, you're going to be like, I could just go a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's like,
Or I'm
it's just
so
going to be
hungry, let's go to
constant.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hungry, let's go to
Yeah.
McDonald's. Oh my God. It's
There's
crazy.
no one drinking that drink and then thinking, I could go a steak now. It's
No. That's so good. I'm so glad you brought that up because in November, everyone knows I did a hiatus from my proper human diet. And I tried. I'm like, I'm going to stick to carnivore. I went and I bought my meat, my cheese, my ground beef, my bacon and eggs. And then, but my sister's house has so many like interesting things to try. And then I went home and visited my uncle and it was all junk. It was all downhill. You go to restaurants every meal, you're going to fast food places. I gained 15 pounds in no time, by the way. That's what happens when you eat standard American.
wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is that, like 7 kilos? And it was
Yeah.
literally
7
no
kilos.
time.
That's fast.
It's very fast. So don't do it, people. And that time that I went off, you don't want to eat the steak. You don't feel like eating the steak. You want to eat
Right.
the garbage. You feel like eating the garbage, and then you're just eating the garbage and eating more garbage. And
And the thing is, with that amount of weight that comes on so quick,
Mm,
you like suddenly you go from feeling so comfortable in your clothes to
yeah.
feeling so uncomfortable. And it's
Yes.
like you're out and you're just feeling like I feel horrible. I need to
And
go
your
home. I want to get changed. And
yeah.
yeah,
And your face
it's
gets
just
great.
not worth it, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
not worth it. And the funny
Mm.
thing is, I kind of did these things because my son Jacob, he eats very well. He doesn't eat we live in Colombia, and I think we talked about this backstage. Colombians eat like rice and beans, and that's very common. And they're not the I Googled it, and 16% consumption of ultra processed foods is in the country, some statistic. Only 16%. Like people only eat, let's say one person 16% of the time eats ultra processed foods here. But in the US, it's like 89% of the time they're eating ultra processed foods. It says like I'm just giving an example. It says 16% versus 89% in the entire country. So that would be equal to 1%. One person 16% of the time versus one person 89% of the time. So you see the difference in obesity. And
Yeah.
so I'm just bringing that up. So my son, if we go out, they get to eat. If we go out to a restaurant, pick what you want. We don't really care. But at home, we're eating better. Okay. So when we went to the US, he was like, I've never eaten McDonald's. Well, he had once in his life, I think, at that point, and that he was 7. So we went to McDonald's, and then we went to McDonald's, and then we went to McDonald's, and then his face got so puffy.
Mm.
It sounds like my kid's chubby. What happened to him?
Wow.
Like an all-you-could-eat buffet of Chinese food, which he didn't eat. He just ate rice and pizza.
And
But
yeah,
it was
when you
learning. It was a learning experience for him because that night after the Chinese place, he's like, "It tastes so good, but why is my stomach hurt?" Great. I'm glad you had that experience.
mm, when you think about how quickly that can happen with kids as well. And we
Right.
always think, oh, kids have got fast metabolisms, they'll be okay. What are we doing to young
Right.
people today? It's
Right.
just
It's
crazy.
terrible. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. I like that when we go out, I don't eat fast food. If we go out, I can buy a steak or meat anywhere in Colombia, like in any mall. We've talked about that before, but they do
Mhm.
have the McDonald's or they do have the fast food stuff. And so if they pick something, I want them to have the experience because they know how they feel when they don't eat it. Versus kids in the United States, they're hooked on this stuff immediately. Like the baby formula is full of sugar, it's full of corn syrup. So my kids aren't addicted to this stuff. They like the sugary stuff, but we don't have it. But if they go out and they experience something bad after eating it, they remember that. Whereas in the United States, me being addicted to McDonald's as a kid, my stomach would hurt, but I'm already addicted to it. So I'll go back and just keep doing
Yeah, that's right.
it.
You can't identify anything that might be making your stomach hurt. So
Right.
it ends up becoming, well, my stomach just hurts. I'm just an unlucky person.
Yes.
Genetically, I have a hurty stomach.
And I hate to talk about my dad, but I will. But I just remember as a kid, him always complaining about his stomach, always like for years, even like this upsets my stomach. And even smoking keeps my stomach calm. I remember him saying that to me in my 20s. So when I'm a child, I remember him saying that. Now in my 20s, now I'm 40, by the way. In my 20s, he's telling me I'm smoking because it keeps my stomach calm. Like, we're not, I wish I understood we're like eating the wrong foods. Your stomach shouldn't feel bad. If you eat the right food, it doesn't feel bad.
Right, right.
Or if it's not
Yeah.
messed up with some other issue.
So on this point about food, did you see any of the testimony to Congress, the health and nutrition event that RFK
I didn't.
Jr. and Jordan Peterson was involved with?
No, I didn't, and I should watch that. And I think Casey Means or Callie Means. I get
Yeah,
confused
yeah.
who is who,
Yeah,
but
they were both there. Yeah, yeah.
okay. Oh, okay, well,
Um,
that's good.
so I caught a little bit of RFK Jr.'s the start of his speech, but I watched Michaela Peterson's speech,
Yeah,
and she was really good. But the negative press has come out already.
sure.
The Atlantic, they're calling it the woo woo caucus or something,
Oh my
because
God.
we're talking about nutrition. It's like so many people with no knowledge about this at all are fighting back
Right.
against it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's crazy. And I think it's because they're all addicted to these foods. And they don't
Mm,
see that their obesity and their diabetes is actually intimately connected with what they're putting in their mouth.
right. Right. It's almost like being addicted, like it's like being an alcoholic and going, none of my problems are related to alcohol. That broken window and broken coffee table and nothing to do with my alcoholism. It's all your fault.
Oh man, yeah, it's very irresponsible. And you can't confront your own. It's sometimes really a hard pill to swallow, or you have to confront your own situations in your life because you're the one responsible for them, good or bad.
Right.
So, and people don't want to feel like they're doing something bad. So that's
Mm.
also a point. Like you don't want to feel like you're wrong. So you're not wrong. You're just going to do something more right now.
Right. And see that's the unfortunate thing, right? Everyone
Yeah.
looks at it as don't tell me I'm doing a wrong thing, but like the point is everyone's been misled. Everyone's
Yeah.
been miseducated.
Yeah.
So they need to kind of, go easy on themselves and be a bit less defensive.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Um, so
Hmm.
we have some questions, and since we said
Oh,
we're doing a since I said we're doing a Q&A, maybe we should answer some of them.
sure.
Question. OE32. Okay. Question. I am in week 5 of carnivore and I get pain in my muscles and joints at night when my blood sugar drops. Okay. I have previously taken 200 units of insulin. Is it transient, do you think? Like, is it gonna go
Hmm.
away? Well, we can't really say on like your insulin and stuff like that because we're not doctors, but I would say maybe take some more electrolytes that help me with the cramping. I think it was magnesium that helped me with the leg cramps.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're taking insulin, I'd be very, very careful as you transition through this because as you get healthier, all the medications that you're taking can make you sicker if you're taking them in amounts that are wrong for how your body's functioning now. So I would be trying to do this in consultation with your doctor, and maybe you don't want to frighten the doctor by saying carnivore, but you might
Right.
just want to say to him, like, I'm on a strict whole foods diet or something like that.
That's a great idea. Whole foods diet. Do they still have a problem with the word keto? With the
Some of them do. Like, you get the eye roll from some of them, you know?
So I think a
And
whole foods diet is a good thing to say then, because it's not a
mm,
lie. It's true. You are eating it. You are eating
yeah.
whole foods.
Just happens there are some whole foods that you're excluding from the equation, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here we go. I got a blood test done. I'm sorry if I don't understand all these terms. 6.3 CL and my blood sugar was 3.6. Was worried it was low. Low sugar is okay. I think
Oh,
so. And here, Rebecca, thank God Rebecca's here. She says, Josephine, as long as you're in ketosis, if your blood glucose is lower, it's okay. There you go. There you go. So
there
as
you
long
go.
as you're in, as long
Professionals
as you're
giving
in,
you an answer.
yeah, exactly. As long as your blood glucose is okay. There you go. I wish I got a printout. Not sure why my glucose is, I feel good most days. Good. I think we need to take that into consideration. Like, how do you feel? Like, if you feel like very, very bad,
Mm.
yeah, you need to handle that. You should be feeling good and not bad.
Yeah, yeah. If you're getting the shakes and stuff and sweating and things like that, then yeah, I'd be a bit worried about it. But if you're feeling good, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, I broke up with cheese this week. I'm not giving up coffee yet. Maybe one day. Yeah, I understand. When you're ready.
Congratulations on the cheese.
Yeah, cheese keeps us puffy. I don't know what else it does, but it keeps. If I eat cheese, all of a sudden my face is like this big. It's like
Yeah,
water or something.
when I stopped the cheese, that's when my stomach just went flat.
Oh, oh
It's just
wow.
instant because it was just like, for some reason, because of the cheese, my body was retaining water.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is a relationship to the video that we just watched. Does anyone else stick to their stomach? Yes, that makes me stick to my
Yeah.
stomach. Oh my
Just
gosh.
thinking of that much sugar is just, well,
Oh,
thinking of any sugar, but that much is just crazy.
it's crazy. Let's see. America's starting to become characters from Wally. That's terrible. It's terrible but true.
Yeah,
It's
it's
terrible but
that
true.
really predicted the future, that movie, right?
Yeah, crazy. And it's funny. I think it's kind of making it says Big and Large. I've seen that movie a zillion times. I've got some kids, but Big and Large or something like that is the name of the store that everyone was buying their stuff from. And it made me think of
Uh,
Walmart.
so in the movie Wall-E, where the people are on like the mobility scooter things and they're
Yeah.
watching the screens. I wonder if you've seen this where you are, Alia. Often what I see now these days is mothers pushing prams and the kids are sitting in the pram watching an iPad
Oh my
or
God.
watching
No,
an iPhone.
that's
And I'm
crazy.
just like, what are you doing to them? They're going to grow up feeling like this is normal.
Right. Right.
And like they're going to be on their bicycle when they're 10 years old with an iPad in front of them trying to watch the iPad.
Oh my
It's
God.
just crazy.
That's crazy. I'm gonna say no, and I think it has a lot to do with the culture. I did see on a plane 2 kids watching an iPad, and the mom was sitting in the front row, so she obviously had a little bit more money. Like the kids were on tablets, but I live in a culture where people make on average $300 a month. They don't afford iPads that cost like twice their monthly wage, unless you're like on the
Right.
higher end and you're like economically like better, but like the majority of the people are not in that position. And I think that I had a pram here that I brought from the US. I didn't even bring my expensive one. I bought the cheap one. You hardly see prams. You see moms carrying their babies.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know if that's a cultural thing or like an cost thing. It's not like you never see a pram, also called a stroller. That's what we call them.
That's right.
But
Stroller.
it's
That's what I was trying to think of.
yeah, no, but it's the same word. It's the same thing. But you don't see it very often. Many people are just carrying their kids. But I think that's more
Yeah.
cultural. But no, like my daughter, I was working yesterday. She said, "Can I use your phone?" She's 6. Can I use your phone to play some video games? I'm like, I don't have any video games on my phone, but here, sure. And then she's like, "Can I use Papa's phone?" I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then at one point I'm like, no, give me the phone back, too much. I don't know how much time had passed because I was working, but at least she gave the phone back without a fight is the point. Like she knows she can't be on it that long. Or when we say it's time to turn the TV off, it's a projector. They just turn it off. Or we turn it off, and there's no fight about it. So
oh, nice.
I think that's very important. I don't see a lot of kids on cell phones or iPads. And it's
good.
like very specific situations. Like I put mine on when we're on a flight. Just leave me alone. That's the point. That's the point.
Right.
Leave me alone is the point of the phone. And I think we can't have that happening. Because the parents are looking at their phones also. They're like, leave me alone. I want to look at my phone. Look at your phone.
That's right. So yeah, you've got the kid in the stroller looking at the iPhone, and the mother's pushing the stroller, looking at her iPhone. It's just an accident waiting to happen.
Terrible. Oh my God. This is back to the Wally comment. I did a video about like, we need to go outside and like, just say hi to people. Like just walk around and say hi. You're going to see your own personal stress levels and anxiety reduce if you just go and smile at some people. Like we're missing so much human contact because of social media.
Yeah. So, speaking of that kind of thing, the last English school I worked at, I was the only non-Gen Z person that worked there, apart from the owner, but the owner wasn't always there, right? So I'm Gen X.
Okay.
And what I noticed is there has been a really big change in the way people communicate.
Oh, wow.
It's like you're saying, people don't seem to go out, or when they're talking to someone, they automatically look down at their phone and all this kind of thing. And it was just like, it was so strange to be in an environment where I was just surrounded by the youngest generation that could be working, and it's like, it's just weird.
It's very weird. Yeah, it's very weird. I think there needs to be like a good balance of things. Like, go and say hi. Like it's useful to have electronics. Look, we're here, we're talking. Hopefully we're entertaining and we're helping some people by our thoughts and our opinions. But to be stuck on it all the time, like part of my thing after I was sick in August was like, okay, and I'm getting good at it, but like no electronics after a certain hour because it was like messing up with my brain activity. I couldn't fall asleep. And so that was part of having a lowered immune system, I think. But at the same time, my son uses AI, and I love that he uses AI and knows how to use it. He'll ask my phone like questions, AI on my phone, like, how do I make this dinosaur with Legos? And then I'll give him instructions and I'll literally say it to him.
Oh, wow.
Or like, I want to make this type of food. Can you give me a recipe? And it'll give him a recipe. Like, I think we need to understand how to use it for good, but then not ruin our lives because of it.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So it's got benefits, but it's going to take over your life if you let it.
If you let it. Yeah, exactly. I want to read this. This is Rebecca. Oh my God. Rebecca, you should get her son. He is so charming. His name is Jacob. You should have him on your channel. Look what happened to my son. He was obese and didn't hit puberty. And then he went on proper human diet and got super skinny and fast. He's a runner. He's a cross country runner. And he's got very interesting political views, and it's fun to talk to him. But he's not carnivore, but he's keto. It'd be good to have him. He's like 17, maybe 18 now.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah. I still can't believe people are eating junk. There's a doc whose brother has seizures. They're getting a dog for him that can detect when he's going to have a seizure. Oh, wow. So they celebrated by giving the guy a piece of store-bought cake. What? And I'm sure he eats standard American diets. And that's why no wonder he has seizures. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if seizures are 100% directly connected to that, but I know that a keto diet I've heard is good for seizures. Hello from Denmark. What time is
Hey.
it in Denmark? Must be middle of the
Yeah.
day.
What?
Middle.
Yeah, it'd be middle of the day because it'd be about 6 hours behind. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hello, Toothpaste from magical Thailand. I want to go to
Oh,
Thailand.
hello.
Another hello, Dutch Carnivore. I just saw your channel. It just popped up on my newsfeed actually, and then
Hey,
it was not in
Peter.
English. The video was not in English. I got to work on my Dutch. This is a relation to the conference in Congress. Calling it woohoo is the signal to the reader to feel better than those people. It works on people that have moved away from faith, which always emphasizes humility. Without humility, you're blocked. There you go. Oh, Christy, on third day with no
Hey,
caffeinated
Christy.
coffee. Good for you.
Oh,
Yay, the no coffee party. Now I'm drinking decaf and only much less. I can't do decaf. I'll just start drinking coffee again.
yeah.
But that's good. That's good for you. That will eventually go away too. Good.
Awesome.
By the way, if you can do coffee, I'm not against you. You can. There you go. 1 day without cheese and I've lost 2 pounds overnight. Oh, I'm so
Oh,
jealous.
nice work.
That's good though, but I'm jealous. Dave, you're like, oh, nice work. And I'm like, I hate you. There are kids that don't know how to type on a keyboard. They're put in front of a computer and they just try to touch the screen. Ah! Oh
Yeah.
no!
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We started our kids, actually AI is what got us our kids to use a computer, and we were practicing like 2 years ago. There's something called Leonardo AI, and we put them on a keyboard and they would have to practice the words that they knew how to type and spell on the keyboard. So we're trying to get them to do that early. My son's learning how to design in Canva also.
Oh, wow.
He's going to help me with my thumbnails one day.
Cool. You got an assistant in the making.
Yeah, in the making. Oh my God. I'm a bit surprised iPads aren't already built into children's prams and strollers. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's my new business idea. I'm going to make a killing.
Yeah.
Let's
Make
go
a
into
killing.
business, Two-Faced. You could sell those prams for like $2,000 a pop.
The leave me alone stroller.
We really make like, what is it called? Those little cages that you put kids in. I'm calling it something really bad. With the little box with the walls that you put the baby in.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're
I'm
called.
not sure what it's called. Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about. You just put like 3 iPads. It's totally Fahrenheit 451. Let's just put TVs everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Big wall TV. That's literally all I remember from that movie. That TV, that book. Oh my God, I'm calling it a movie. Oh man. Prams were babies lying down, pushers or toddlers. Okay. And I hate when I see like 7-year-olds in a stroller. I'm like, that's like the worst. Get the kid out of the stroller.
Where else are they going to watch their iPad?
Okay, here's a real question. I've just started getting into carnivore. I struggle eating beef. I don't like it. Does it really matter if I eat lamb rather than beef? No, it's perfect. Eat your lamb.
Yeah, lamb's fine because lamb's a ruminant as well. So
yeah, lamb, goat, venison, like deer, venison, anything. What is it called? Multigastric? Is it called multigastric when they have more than one?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not the sciencey people. So
no,
we
don't know what
the stomachy ones. Eat the stomachy ones.
Oh my God. When I'm with people, my phone only comes out if I get a call or text. There will be on their phones. It's sad. My grandma and her son was on a phone. I was shocked. Yeah. It's a whole new culture, and we need to like a phone culture. Our attention is stuck on our phones, and it's been made that way. So we need to. It's like just another addiction we have to get away from. Like use it properly.
Yeah. I like that thing that some people do when you go to a restaurant and everyone puts their phone into the middle and upside down or something like that, so
Oh,
that if it goes off, they're all in a pile. So if one of them rings, you don't know whose it is and you have to ignore it, you know?
right. Yeah, exactly. Or I try to not even bring my phone with me when we go out, and just my husband has the phone so we can call our Uber. Or if like someone needs to reach us in emergency, but then I'm not also like looking at my phone when I should be looking at my kids. Not that bad. I'm not that bad when we're out. Leave me alone. Just go run around. Make sure someone doesn't kidnap you. Oh man. Yeah. I don't see this in Colombia. I don't see moms pushing their phone, like pushing, like they're not looking at
Wow.
their phones.
Yeah.
They're not doing that, but
You see that in Japan. Yeah.
okay. I think I've seen that
Yeah.
in the States. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. The governor of California. Who is that? He's like a movie star. What's
Uh,
his name? The
Governor
governor.
is that Newsom?
Newsom. Okay, yeah, Newsom. When I was in San Francisco, he was the mayor. Just signed a bill about no cell phones at school. Oh wow! But at my
Oh,
school, the
nice.
kids are already not supposed to have phones. At the same time, we're not allowed to enforce that rule. Yeah, there's so many ridiculousnesses being a teacher. Oh my
That's
God,
crazy. So they're not allowed to have them, but you can't enforce it.
that's
That-
ridiculous.
It's
I'm
like
so
you
sorry,
have to
Christy.
stay in the prison, but the gates stay open.
Yeah,
It's not-
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Christy has told me so many crazy stories of being a teacher, and you have to do certain things, but you can't do it this way. You have to do it that way. The kids are always taking them out at school anyway. It's like playing whack-a-mole and getting them to stop. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's
Jacob is
awful.
17. There you go.
Uh,
That's a good person for your channel. That's what I'm just gonna
yeah.
keep saying that.
So Rebecca, if we can tee that up, it'd be good to get him on.
I remember when I would push them in the pram and have a conversation with them. Now I see parents on their phones pushing pram strollers, not talking to their kids. Yeah, exactly. I think it's so important. It's
Mm.
like our kids are just little humans. Like they're still humans, but they have a little body. But we got to like start with them early and talk to them.
And they're copying us because
Right.
our behavior is normal behavior for them, right? So if we're not
Yeah.
communicating, then they think not communicating is normal.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I
Mm.
mean, even this, like Jacob, he likes Ryan's World, and we're like, no more Ryan's World, sorry. And he's like, but Ryan, he's like the richest person in the world, and I want to be rich. And mom does YouTube, so you have to like, and I'm like, I do YouTube, but I actually have real work. So, but yeah, it's just to your point that they're going to copy our behaviors, and sometimes he wants to do YouTube videos, and I help him make them. But his idea is that he's going to become very, very rich if he does YouTube, because that's the idea that even you get from YouTube, and it's not necessarily reality. So we try to like, he wants to make robots as when he grows up. He's very good at designing Lego things. And so I rather have him work on his Lego creations than the YouTube videos.
Right.
Because that might actually equate to something productive in the future. By the way, people make a lot of money on YouTube, but it's not 100% of like, we're not all Mr. Beast.
Right.
But it's just to your point that they copy what we do and how we treat them. And
Yeah.
and don't we can't have our kids on iPads all the time, because then it's like trying to get them off the iPad and off the screen time is harder if they're addicted to it. It's just another addiction. Cigarettes,
Right.
iPads, coffee, sugar,
Yeah.
drugs, alcohol.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Hello from Harlem. Hello, New York City. I've been doing carnivore for 7 months now, and I've never felt so great. I'm 74 years old. Yay!
Yay!
I'm so happy to
Awesome.
hear that.
That's great.
Yay! Here's a question. Hi, Dave. Have you ever gotten a gift wrapped in cloth? If so, what would you do with the cloth? That's a great question.
I have actually, because like often the gifts in Japan are wrapped in like kind of, it's called a furoshiki. I think it's called a furoshiki. It's like a tablecloth kind of thing, all tied at the top.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I just use it as a tea towel or a dishcloth or something.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm seeing if there's any other stuff here. Oh, here we go. It's monogastric. How is it monogastric when they have more than one stomach? Aid, you're the smart one here.
Yeah. So the cow is monogastric?
I guess so. I think that's what you say. Cows are
Yeah,
monogastric.
this is totally out of my wheelhouse. I'm like, the cow looks cute. It tastes good too. That's
All we know. Okay, so totally random. I have a chicken. One chicken. I know I'm supposed to have more than one. It's actually not mine. It was a pet for my daughter for her 6th birthday. Is she 6? Yeah, she's 6. Okay. This thing is huge, by the way. It weighs like 30 pounds now. We got it as a little chick. It eats everything. It will try to steal a banana out of your hands. It steals food from the cats. Like it'll eat the scraps off our table. It eats everything. It eats liver. It eats
really
cockroaches. I hope it's eating scorpions because we get scorpions around here. Like it eats everything. It started laying eggs a couple weeks ago. I've never seen. They're kind of tiny. I don't know if they'll get bigger. It's a white chicken. The brown chickens apparently are the ones that produce more. I've never seen an egg like this before. Already eggs in Colombia are far better than in the US. They're already like yellowy, but this thing is like gelatinous. It's thick. It doesn't like spread out in the pan, and you get this like little puffy, little fluffy thing. I don't know. I just wanted to say that like chickens in the wild will
wow.
eat anything. So when you see on your eggs vegetarian feed, you are literally eating probably the worst quality egg you've ever eaten.
Right.
And I
Yeah,
understand pecking order now.
I I heard that, yeah, they'll just eat anything,
They'll
and
eat
it's
anything.
crazy to think, yeah, cockroaches even.
Cockroaches, I've seen it eat like a gigantic cockroach. It's just like, oh, and I'm like, no wonder you are the T-Rexes are your ancestor.
Yeah. Wow.
No, she will eat anything. And but the result is like a totally different looking egg you've never seen before. Like a fluffy, gelatinous, it sticks together, it doesn't spread out. It tastes a little different, but I just noticed like the consistency of the egg. I've never seen something like that before.
So, how does it taste? Is it a little bit scorpion-y?
Scorpion.
Or
Okay, so my son, I think it tastes a little bit better. I gotta try a few more to see if the taste is. It tastes a little different. It still tastes like an egg, but I think it's probably healthier for you. But my son was eating it. He's like, "I'm eating a cockroach right now," and I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not eating a cockroach. No." Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got another question. I just had this reminded me of the chicken story. I should do a short about the chicken and show what the chicken eats and just say vegan and vegetarian feed is not going to give you the highest
You
quality
you should
product.
bring the chicken on the channel with
I
you
should, but you would
one
just shit
time.
on me.
And she might eat your camera.
And she might, I mean, she might, she eats everything. It's like on my computer, it might be hard, but no, that thing is so heavy. Okay. Sheila, I've been doing carnivore for 40 days now and doing bone broth fast. Should I still take minerals? Yes, that's what I say. What do you say?
Yeah, I would still keep your minerals up. Just make sure you're good with that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here we go. We're getting educated here.
Okay.
Malix 10892. Ruminants are herbivores grazing or browsing. I don't know what that is. Artidactyls belong to the suborder Rumen. Oh man, this is very like Latin-y.
Wow.
Ruminantia.
Ruminantia.
Okay, there you
They
go.
are able to
That are
acquire nutrients from plant-based food by fermenting it in a specialized stomach prior.
right,
Ah.
and we can't ferment in our stomachs, or we can, and that's the problem. We got a problem when we're trying to ferment in our stomachs.
Hmm.
Here we go. Not a movie star, grifter. There you go. Okay. Phones ruin the fun of getting my hair done. Women would have great visits at the hairdresser. Yes, it's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
we used to talk, right?
Yeah, it's
Even
true.
for me, like I don't go to a salon, but like you used to talk with your barber, right? And not,
Yeah. Oh man.
yeah.
We got to talk to the human race again. Let's talk to each other, people. It's a lot more fun.
Hmm.
Let's see. I can't show my face on TV because I'm a dentist. Is that a joke?
Ah, okay. So yeah, that comes from AIDS in Australia. That comes from an Australian commercial
Oh,
that used to be on TV. So it was for a toothpaste or a toothbrush called Oral-B.
Okay.
And the dentist was always standing in the bathroom with his back to the camera, and then the voiceover was like, "This man is a dentist, so we can't show you his face on television." And it's like, why?
Why? That's so random. That's hilarious. Okay. Lisa, I think it's so rude that I have to listen to a kid playing a game on a tablet while trying to do my shopping. Yeah, sure. Sure. For the stream, I got a biscuit commercial followed by a DoorDash one. Money well spent. Yes. Yes. I hope they put a lot of McDonald's ads on my channel. Oh my God.
I heard, I haven't heard this recently, but
Yeah.
like maybe a year ago, apparently the most common commercial for people on my channel for people watching from the US was Jardiance,
And that's
which
hilarious.
is kind of, well, they're just
Wasting their money.
throwing their money against the wall. It's
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Carnivore since March 2021, day 1313. Wow. Does increasing fat like 70%, 70% fat, 30% protein help you burn fat? I don't know the answer.
I think it depends on the individual.
Right.
Like I interviewed a gentleman on my channel last week who has 90% fat in his diet, 10% protein. So basically,
Okay.
he's just eating fat.
Oh, wow.
And that works really well for him. But
Right.
I know if I did that, I wouldn't be out of the bathroom. So, I think it comes down to, I think you've really got to test how you go.
Sure. Yeah, you got to test. I think always testing and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And because I think everybody's different and they're at a different stage of health. Every person, is at a different stage in their metabolic health. Like a 20-year-old is going to lose probably a lot of weight if they do that very fast. But maybe me, that might not work. I might be on the toilet with Dave. I'll be texting Dave. Dave, are you on the toilet now?
Yeah. Got to put away that 90% fat.
Yeah, exactly. Pork is monogastric. Oh, so what is?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like pork, chickens, they have like one stomach. So what is a cow then? Multigastric?
I'm gonna go with ubergastric.
Ubergastric. That's our new word. Okay. Oh, Lisa says the eggs will get bigger. Great. I love that. The roach eggs, the cockroach eggs. Sounds yummy-o. Chickens will not eat stink bugs, assassin beetles, or other smelly bugs. That's interesting. They also won't eat onions, I found out. I keep throwing onion. Okay. So I have like a little stove that is connected to, okay, I live in rural Colombia. Maybe one day we'll actually get gas hooked up, but it's like how do you say? It's like a propane tank, a gigantic propane tank. And so I have it right by the window. So if any smells, they can just go out the window. So I'll literally just chuck food out the window for the animals to eat. Nobody eats the onions. My son's one of his favorite meals is onions with ground beef. So there you go. I can't do onions so much. It makes my stomach not feel good. But so I'm just testing what they'll eat when I throw it out the window.
Maybe the chicken doesn't want to cry.
Maybe
that's why it's avoiding the onions. Yeah, because they can't really get the wings around to wipe their eyes, so they don't want to be eating onions and crying.
Let's see. Deer are also omnivores and will eat other small animals, including like reptiles and snakes. Oh, I did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Oh, here we go. What do you both currently eat, mince or steak? I eat both.
Mince.
Oh, okay. Mince. I do both.
Yeah.
There you go. Have you ever had mince? Gosh, I can't. When you live in a foreign country, you sometimes forget your English. Do you feel that way?
That's where, because when I said pram before, that's because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't remember the right word, because in Japan they call it baby car. Right.
Baby car.
So yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
completely blanked on
Oh,
pusher and stroller.
okay,
Oh.
like I'm thinking brisket. I was thinking pecho is what they call it here, and pecho is basically like your chest part, or yeah,
Mm.
but it's called brisket. Ground brisket is really good. If you like,
Yeah,
that's extra fatty.
I had brisket at a barbecue restaurant one time. That was really nice.
Oh man, I'm getting hungry now. Talking about mince and steak and
When do you eat in the day? Do you usually eat breakfast or?
it just depends how I feel. Now talking about food is making me hungry. It's the mind thing. It's the mind
So
thing. But
this is what happened this morning. I was on a live stream with Bob this morning.
yeah,
And like, of course, it's a carnivore live stream, so we're talking about food, right? And
yeah.
it's so early, I haven't had breakfast yet, and my stomach's starting to make noises, going, okay, got to get off this live stream soon so I can eat breakfast.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to do 11 to 5 or 5:30, like that time period, like 11 a.m. and eat 2 meals. Um, and we'll see. I'm trying not to do so much fasting. If you have too much stress, if your body feels stress, it can increase the antibodies. But Rebecca, maybe she has a different idea. I've heard too much stress can increase the antibodies of whatever autoimmune condition. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just
Okay.
trying to eat between that window. I don't feel overstressed, and I feel like I can be satiated the rest of the time. But definitely talking about food and steak. Oh, there you go. There you go. In India, vegetarian country, famously, the post office sends boxes in cloth. You first go to a tailor to prepare a box and package to mail. That's so weird.
Oh, wow.
That's so funny.
Interesting.
That's very interesting. So thank you for clarifying, and I'm not being facetious that a cow is a ruminant. Like, I'm not actually being like a jerk or facetious. I'm just saying, but what do you call the stomach of a cow? This is where we ask
Yeah.
AI.
So pig is monogastric, and cow
Here,
is
this is
supergastric.
super gastric. What do you call a cow if a pig is called monogastric? What is a cow called? Like how its stomachs? If it tells me ruminant, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, wow,
Who
it
are
took
you
all of that.
asking?
I'm asking
Siri?
Bing AI. I'm asking Bing AI.
Oh,
It's literally telling me it's called a ruminant. That's what it's called. It's called a ruminant. It
okay.
doesn't have. It's not a. It's not
Okay.
an uber stomach. It's not a multi stomach. It's not a multi uber gastric.
Okay. Yeah.
Terry, mince is ground beef. That's what mince is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, like, it's usually, England, Australia, New Zealand that call it mince, but actually in Japan, they also call it mince. But they say minchi.
Minchi.
That's their
Minchi.
pronunciation of that.
That's cute. What do you get if you cross a sheep with a kangaroo? A woolly jumper. I don't
Do you get
understand
that?
the joke. No.
Okay. So, in British English, a jumper is like a sweater,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay.
And so kangaroo is a jumper, right? And
Yeah.
then, the
The
sheep's
sheep is
woolly.
woolly.
So.
Okay. Okay, I understand. That's cute. Two people have suggested polygastric. I think we should submit this to Oxford New English Dictionary. We should submit our definitions. Dutch carnivore, hello, with multi-chambered stomachs. There you go. Yes, exactly. Okay, there you go. Quad-chambered creature of max deliciousness.
I like that one.
I like that one. I mean, so in English, we say things very concisely. And in Spanish, it's not so concise. Like, there's lots of words and adjectives which define the same thing. So this would be perfect in Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
I expected Spanish would be more kind of shorter than English.
No, I think there was like some paper in English, and then the same thing in Spanish was like 3 pages longer. Like 1 page in English. Oh my God. No, like, I mean, I think we're almost done. We're almost at an hour, but I will just say, like, in English, you say, hi, how are you? In Spanish, or at least in Colombia, it's like, ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Todo está bien. Like basically saying the same things over in like 4 or 5 different greetings. It's possible. But they're very cute.
Do you ever when you greet someone like that, do they ever stand there and going, come on, I've got a meeting to go to. Come on.
No, they're so happy to just like talk to you. Especially because I'm like the random white girl. And I hope I don't sound like racist. No, but I am. I'm like the random gringa.
How is your Spanish?
It's sufficient to answer the same 20 questions everybody asks me. Like,
Okay.
why do you live here? Why doesn't your husband want to live in the US? Like,
Okay.
like, no, I can have conversational. If you get into very technical stuff, I'm lost. And if people talk too fast, or there's certain dialects, like in the north near the coast, they talk very fast and I don't understand it all. In fact, my husband doesn't understand who's Colombian. So yeah, no, it's sufficient. I want to try to do an interview with somebody. If anybody wants, I want to try to do an interview in Spanish and see how that goes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I could ask you questions in Japanese and you can answer in Spanish.
But I won't know what you're saying, and you might not know what I'm saying.
I have to hold up the English translation when I'm saying it.
We should. That would be a fun live stream. I don't know if anyone would want to watch that. Spinach, awful. Yes, it's awful.
Yeah.
I was going on a binge once, I was trying to do like juices, and I just remember like this green juice. I think I had spinach and kale, and I drank it thinking I was gonna feel like amazing, because you're supposed to feel amazing, and it was like a bomb went off in my stomach, and I was instantly cramping. I was in so much pain. I had to lie down.
Oh no.
It wasn't the best idea. I felt bad that I sold my juicer to my neighbor, but I just didn't want to waste the money. I feel a little bad,
Yeah.
but you know.
Oh well. Yeah.
There you go. At least juice is better than Coca-Cola.
Yes, true.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. What's Aid's question there? What kind of Spanish did Manuel speak? Have you ever seen he's the Spanish waiter from Faulty Towers. Have you seen
I've never
Faulty
seen
Towers?
that. No.
Well worth a watch. But
Okay.
yeah,
Is it a
Manuel
movie
was
or
a
a
Spanish
series?
waiter.
Oh,
Series.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Faulty Towers.
Yeah. And Manuel is a really funny character.
Okay, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to.
Yeah.
Maybe I can tell the accent. I can sort of tell where people are from based on their accent. Okay. I like beef the best. My brain slows down when I eat chicken and pork. Oh, okay. I understand.
I've never been a fan of chicken, but even less of a fan since I've been carnivore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Recently, I've been on a chicken streak.
Chicken streak.
Chicken legs. I'm eating chicken almost every day. Chicken legs, chicken wings. Delicious. But other parts.
So
not
do you
so
ever get
delicious.
hungry when you're looking at the chicken outside?
So I've made comments to my daughter, like, can we cook her? And she's like,
Does she have a name?
yeah, it's ridiculous. So in Spanish, chicken is pollo. It's poji. The name of the chicken is poji. Yeah, poji.
Poji.
And we used to have a rabbit until the dog killed it. And the rabbit was in Spanish you say conejo, and so we called it Coney. Coney and Poji.
And what about the dog?
The dog, so the dog is not our dog. We live in a big property with 3 houses. Grandma's house and the aunt's house is in the front. My husband. So my husband's mom has a house and my husband's sister has a house. So it's actually my sister-in-law's dog. So there's a gate. So we were very angry with the dog for quite a while. We didn't let him on our side. After he killed the rabbit, he didn't even eat it. He just killed it. Like, at least eat it.
That's terrible. That's
You
like,
just
yeah, that's like slaughtering a cow and then going, haha, how'd you like that? And walking off, you know?
it's actually what happened. He killed it and he left. But otherwise, he's like a great dog, like a great, good dog. But it
Yeah.
was like, I guess there's hunting in his blood. We have 3 dogs
He's just got a
on the
thing
property.
against rabbits.
Yeah, evil
Yeah.
rabbit. Have you ever? I don't know what hemochromatosis is.
Hemochromatosis.
I don't. Oh, is that something to do with the blood?
Yes,
Okay.
but well, I can say after 700 interviews, I don't think I've had someone talk about that. So I haven't heard of anyone yet.
Oh wow. I'm not sure, but I know that even in my case, like autoimmune symptoms can be dramatically reduced on the proper human diet. And you got to find where you're at on that spectrum. Like I have to stay pretty strict close to carnivore, but I know that avocados, pickles, and olives don't set me off or set me back. And you have to find out what you can eat. And by the way, I don't eat a lot of those things. I don't eat pickles because they're so gross in Colombia, but I know that those things don't make me feel bad. So you just have to find out where you're at on the proper human diet spectrum. And like I did carnivore, like pretty strict. And it was like within days, my autoimmune issues like were totally gone. It felt like.
So sorry to laugh there.
No.
I just something you said made me think. If you were thinking of changing your chicken's name, I think you gave him the perfect name there. Pickles.
Oh,
Pickles the chicken.
Pickles the chicken. Oh my god, I'm gonna get another chicken and name him Pickles. Her Pickles.
For some reason,
like,
that just makes me giggle.
Pickles the chicken. Oh my god, I love that. I'm gonna maybe just do a short and just call it Pickles the chicken. Even though that's not the name. Okay, here, the feral grandma. Oh wow, hello. In German, ground beef mince is said Hackfleisch. Hackfleisch?
Oh, that's a bit, yeah, that's a bit like hackflesh. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's a bit violent.
That is. It sounds like something that needs to be in like Jason or something. Hackflesh. Based on the Oxford, oh, thank you, Thor Carnivore TK. Based on the Oxford English Dictionary, the English language has over 200,000 words. There are about 145,000 German words in the Duden. I guess that's the dictionary, and 88,000 words. That's interesting. They just keep reusing them then.
Wow.
They just use a lot of adjectives.
They're environmentally conscious. They're recycling their words.
They're environmentally conscious.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, exactly. That's very funny. And I'm curious, like, of our 200,000 words in English, like, I wonder now with people being stuck on TikTok with their very shortened attention span, how many words that they actually know and use. There you go.
That's another thing that is changing, right? Going back to the conversation we had before, people's attention spans are so short now, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. I know that like if I do these interviews also on my channel and not to make less of anybody here, but if I do an interview that's 30 minutes, it will go farther because they watch half of it. If I do an interview that's an hour, they're only watching 1/4 of it. So the algorithm likes it less.
Oh, wow.
The same amount of time, like the 15 minutes around there. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that's not saying anything
here. I need to take a closer look at my stats. I'm not sure. They're probably similar.
But wow. I'm not going to stop somebody from communicating their story either. And I want the story out that's more important than whatever. But I did notice that I'm like, oh, wow, these 2 interviews that were half an hour, like went boom. And then these that are longer don't do the same thing. And I think it has to do with how much attention people want to put on a video, which is fine. We probably shouldn't put all of our attention full time on YouTube videos. But I noticed that. But I will not look at TikTok. I've looked at TikTok a few times, but I'm like, no, I can't do this. I don't know what's going to do to my mind.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I gotta wake the kids up and I gotta be 10 minutes. I got 10 more minutes and then I gotta wake the kids up and get ready for
Yeah,
school.
no worries.
And I'm surprised they didn't wake up yet. Let's see. We have to eat all kinds of meat. There are more B vitamins in pig than beef. There are more potassium in chicken than beef. Interesting. More taurine in chicken than beef, etc. No, maybe it's been very hot
Interesting.
recently, and I've been like, I need to eat chicken. I want to eat chicken so bad. But I did for a while
That's
hate
really
chicken.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew about the B vitamins in pork, but
Yeah.
I didn't know about the chicken ones. Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Someone's commented, TikTok sucks. Yeah, yes.
TikTok sucks. It does. It destroys our minds. Big Mama, leg cramps. Oh, Big Mo. It's Big Mama.
Big Moma.
Moma. Leg cramps question. I am also using pure magnesium oil, which helps the cramps. I spray directly and it takes about 10 seconds. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's for the other person that asked about leg cramps in the night. That's great.
Interesting. Wow.
If I reverse my hemochromatosis with it, I will let you guys know. Great. Yeah, let us know.
Awesome. Thank you.
TikTok sucks. Yes. TikTok sucks. Not to mention, like, people take free speech to like whole new levels on the internet. It's fine. But people wouldn't say some of the stuff they say on the internet that they would say in person. And so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're too scared to say something like that in person, but they're willing to say stuff on the internet.
Can you imagine some of the things that people say in comments if they said that to your face in public? Like everyone would be walking around with black eyes, because it'd just be punched. Yeah.
Okay, that reminded me of a very funny story of a very funny thing, and please don't think I'm racist. I'm not. This is the actual story that happened, and I have to tell you the whole context of the story, and it's very funny. And about 20 years ago in San Francisco, you have to understand, people they see me from here up, and I look really skinny. When I was about 50 pounds lighter, I still had a big butt. I've always had a big butt. This has been a problem that I've dealt with my whole life. It's not really a problem, whatever. It's not a problem. It's not metabolically unhealthy to have a big butt. But I was standing outside one night, me and my friends, and a drunk black man comes up and starts screaming at me, "Get your big ass booty out of the way." You're taking the whole sidewalk. But I think the point is you're either on the internet or you're drunk. And that's when you're going to say the stupid stuff.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of things like that, I am so glad that I grew up in a time where everyone didn't have a 4K camera in their pocket.
Oh, man. Right.
Because the amount of times that I've been rolling around drunk saying stupid things.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. The few times I've been drunk in my life, I just end up kind of like rolling up in a ball in the corner and curling up and like not able to move and have my mind saying like, you should probably go lie down. But I didn't have like any energy to actually like move. So I'm like the opposite.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
sometimes
I've got this thing saying, you should probably go and have some more to drink. It's not a good place to be.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's hilarious. No, I am naturally by nature of like whatever I'm trying to say, like very extroverted, but drinking makes me very introverted. It turns me into an introvert.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite with me because I'm naturally an introvert, right?
Yeah.
So drinking just makes me go,
oh my God. I asked earlier in the chat about muscle and joint pains, and that went away, and I just took electrolytes as you suggested. Great. Oh, interesting.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
That's awesome.
I'm so glad there were no cameras when I was in college. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. We just maybe we did say those stupid things that people are saying. Maybe they're drunk on TikTok. Maybe they're just drunk.
Right.
They're doing their TikTok videos. Oh my God. Oh man. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think we're done. I think we've
yeah.
meet up in Brisbane,
yes.
24th November.
Yes. Cheers,
Hey,
Aid. And Aid,
do you
I'll
want to
send
buy
you an
my
email about
ticket?
that.
Do you want to buy my plane ticket? I'd love to go to Brisbane. I've never been to
So,
Australia.
how cool is this? Like,
Yeah.
so the day before, November 23rd, I'm gonna meet like Kerry,
Yeah. Adam.
and is Adam coming?
Oh, I think they're trying to work that out.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bart Kay, Anthony Chafee, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Aw. I wish I could go. I wish
And
I could go to
then,
every
yeah,
meetup. I've
Brisbane
been to
on the
one.
24th. Yeah, I like so yeah, finally I'm gonna get to go. I went to one last year, but yeah, finally, because there's nothing happening in Japan.
Oh yeah, you're in
It's
Japan.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There, I mean, I could do a meetup. I can go with my husband and we can go meet up at a restaurant. Like, there's nobody here that I know. Oh my God, I never see anybody in Colombia. Maybe because it's predominantly Spanish speaking. Maybe. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. People used to dance in the street, but at our fall fest, but no one dances now with the cameras are everywhere. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, exactly. Let's get back to dancing. I can't. That's the theme of this. Stop drinking coffee and say hi to your fellow human being. They will appreciate it.
Right.
In Colombia, I mean, it's coming back, but during COVID, it kind of stopped. But people, when you meet somebody, even for the first time, you'll give them a kiss on the cheek, both cheeks, one or two cheeks, or when you're saying goodbye. And it's very common, and it's not. I had to get used to it, first of all. And by the way, I won't offer it, but if someone's trying to give me a kiss, I will let them give me a kiss. But that's like how closely connected the people are here, even if you just meet someone for the first time. It's very like socially acceptable. Here, Dave, are you going to do this live more often? Let's do it. The 5 a.m. live. Maybe.
You'll be cursing me after a few weeks. You'll be.
Yeah, I will.
I'm back on the coffee. Yeah. I think this is good. I didn't expect so many people to be tuning in.
Yeah, me neither. I think they're all on your channel. So everyone, all 97 of you, please come and subscribe to my channel.
Wow, 97. That's good.
Yeah, we got up to like 101 at one point, actually.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Rebecca wants to be with us. Okay, good. We'll have to schedule a 5 a.m. live stream. Now I know, because I don't want to do this later at night. I think I am doing a live stream with Carrie this weekend, and that'll be at night, and that's like not going to happen very often. So good. Dutch Carnivore, yes, and maybe we should have guests. Maybe we should have guests such as the Dutch Carnivore and Rebecca, and you can teach us Dutch, and you'll teach us Dave Japanese, and I'll teach everybody Spanish.
Yeah. So the way if I teach you Japanese, that means I'm teaching you how to point. I'll have one of those and one of those. That's the level of my Japanese.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this was awesome.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot you can't see how many people are watching. Yeah, we have 102 people watching. We're about to end. My channel is Alia Wells, AliaWells. I have blonde hair in my video, on my screen when you see me. It used to be, and I'm not changing the photo. Good morning,
I've
Nia.
got blonde hair too, but you just can't see it for the hat.
Yeah. Don't bleach your hair, people. It's such a bad idea. It's destroyed. And Carnivore won't save it. It'll just make your hair grow out faster. Okay. T-Bone, hammer down the like button. Chat. Show our good host some love. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank
Dave,
you.
Do you want to say anything else before we end off?
I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for the questions, the chats, and the laughs. And let's do this again.
Yeah, I love it. Let's do this again. I love the 5 a.m. even though I was regretting it at 4 when I woke up.
And thank you so much for starting early, Arla.
Yeah, you're welcome. I will just say, thank you. I'm so glad we got to do this. It's been such a long time since we talked, and we've set up some stuff and I had to cancel. So I'm like, no, I'm not canceling. It's 5 a.m. Let's do this. I'm not canceling on Dave again. And I'm glad we got to do it. I did want to say one more thing. The reason we did it at 5 a.m. is because I thought Dave wanted to do it at 5 p.m. And we were confused on the time zones. And we said 5 a.m. I said, all right, we're doing it. Let's just do it. Oh man, Rick is late. You're so late, Rick. You got it. We're going to be starting at 5 a.m. next time.
Hey, Rick, how you doing? What time is it for you there, Rick? Oh, about 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it's like 7:20.
Yeah.
ALIA. Let me see if I take these things off, if it'll show my name. Here it is. Alia Wells. There you go. I have blonde hair on my YouTube channel. I guess I should change that. I think if you do at Alia Wells, you'll find it. So there you go.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
And if you're on my channel now, Alia's YouTube is linked in the description.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. And if you are on my channel and you're not yet subscribed, we need to get Dave to 100,000 subscribers by Christmas. That's the Christmas present.
Yeah,
so let's do
thank
that.
you. That I hope to fulfill that goal, but it's one of those things, shoot for the stars and you might land on the moon or something. So I might be at 80,000 or something, but but that's still good.
It's still good. It won't get you there. You'll get there soon enough. There you go. It's 8:20 in Japan. There you go. It's 8:20. Time to go to sleep, Dave. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
And
me too. Thank you.
I'm so early in the morning. You're very bright and bubbly for this time in the morning. If it was the other way around.
It's my mint tea. It's the mint tea.
Okay.
The toothpaste tea.
The toothpaste tea.
Well, nice. I'm glad we did this. I'm like so energized to actually do my work now.
Cheers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to say hasta luego, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. See ya.